Israel has intercepted the flagship of a flotilla with activists aboard who intended to reach the Gaza Strip while sending back the other ships to their port of origin. Israel called the operation casualty-free. The confrontation at sea escalated as the Israeli Defense Forces prepared to intercept the Swedish-registered boat Marianne. Activists aboard said they planned to reach the Strip by Monday morning. Now the ship is reported to be headed towards Ashdod Port, located about 40 kilometers away from Tel Aviv. This video appeared on the Freedom Flotilla's Twitter feed as soon as the ship was intercepted.
I hope you will see this film, this video, because if you do, then the Israeli commanders have stopped our ship, our mission to break the siege of Gaza. So if you do see this message, please take contact with the government, take contact with the newspapers, and do whatever you can to raise this issue, to release us, to open the borders of Gaza, and open the borders of Palestine.
Let's now talk to journalist Richard Sudan, who was going to board the ship to Gaza. Richard, what do we know about the intercepted ship as of now?
Right now, we know that there's a completely conflicting narrative in the media. Most of the media is painting the people on board as terrorists. It's ridiculous. You have an ex-Tunisian president, activists, scholars, humanitarian aid workers, international activists from all over the world. And what we know right now is the boat has been seized. Right now, our colleagues and friends are being arrested. We're extremely worried for their safety. There's not too much information coming through. We're just extremely worried for their safety right now.
Richard, do we know anything about where they may be taken right now?
We suspect they will eventually end up in somewhere like Ashdod. We're not exactly sure how far they are from Gaza, maybe several kilometers away. Right now, we can imagine they'll probably be being interrogated. Their belongings will be being ransacked. All the electronic communication equipment will likely be being smashed. It's likely that the telecoms communications were probably severed a fair time before the boat was actually intercepted itself, so all communications would have been cut. So we have had no communication ourselves with the Marianne for some time.
Richard, you were planning to go on board one of these ships. Is this something that the activists were ready for?
Yes, we were ready, we were prepared, we had training. I'm sure viewers are well aware of the incident of the Mavi Marmara a few years back, where 9 activists were killed. One activist was later died of their injuries. So it's something we were anticipating. In the back of everyone's mind, I think we were hopeful of reaching Gaza. This is a humanitarian, peaceful mission which is carrying aid to the besieged people of Gaza, who are besieged by air, land and sea. So yeah, we were expecting it, we were hopeful, but we were very much anticipating the boat would be intercepted.
We reported about this story before as this flotilla was only getting ready to set sail for Gaza, and the main purpose of this whole event was to raise awareness. And do you think that has been accomplished at least?
It's definitely been accomplished. I mean, my personal view is that the kind of the fight for Palestinian justice is as much a battle outside of Palestine. So in that sense, I think the perception, the issue has definitely been raised, but I think the fight continues because in much of the mainstream media, at least, the activists on board are continually painted as terrorists, as are the people in Gaza. So I hope it's raised awareness. I think we need to keep raising awareness. I hope there will be a further successful flotilla mission in the near future. I guess time will tell over the next few hours and days as to the extent of how the issue has been raised.
Richard, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for now. Thank you very much for that information. That was Richard Sudan, a journalist.
Thank you.
The IDF claims it has ordered the Navy to redirect the vessel only after exhausting all diplomatic channels. According to Israel, after the Marianne crew refused to change course, the naval forces, quote, visited and searched the vessel. Representatives of the flotilla press team doubt that the interception happened without violence.
We did not have, we could not contact the boat or anyone on the boat in the last couple of hours. before capture. For sure, they are captured. The people are detained, and the boat is being towed to Ashdod. We have no reason yet to believe that the capture was uneventful, as the IDF claims, because the last time they said that, in 2012, people were tasered and beaten with clubs. We did expect it, but we hoped, and we will still hope in the next mission, that more reasonable voices will prevail in the Israeli government.
Just over 5 years ago, 10 activists died after a Turkish flotilla with hundreds of pro-Palestinian activists was attacked by the IDF. On May 31st, 2010, the activists sailed towards the Gaza Strip in order to break Israel's naval blockade. Before reaching the Gaza shore, the Turkish ship called Mavi Marmara was boarded by Israeli forces. The incident led to a diplomatic crisis between Turkey and Israel back then. Former Palestinian President Morzif Marzouki, who is with the activists on board the ship, we spoke to him earlier before he set sail.
The world should not forget that 2 million people are denied their basic human rights, and this is not acceptable. This is why we think that the world should be aware of the suffering of the people of Gaza, not going to use any kind of violence. We are peaceful protectors.
We'll get more from our correspondent in Israel, Paul Aslier, a little bit later, and we'll of course keep you updated on this breaking news story. Stay with RT International.